for trees butchered without gratitude. In my mind, tree and grass are intimately connected to the land that defines the spirituality, the spirit behind the spirituality of the Indian. It is a practice that is better lived than preached. For every kill, an offering should be given as a sign of gratitude for that life that was never yours to take in the first place. This fish out of water was more than just the action of catching a fish, because it has now become a part of the story of the land. Moreover, that story has connected the land to both Sam and I. Another lesson and blessing that has made each of us relevant. Having stories that tie us to the land seems to me the essence of being native. Of course, I've noticed that the earth's gifts are not always valued. When I was a small boy, maybe 7 or 8 years old, there was a patch of grass and woods at the end of our block full of grasshoppers, birds, gophers, and a multitude of other life forms. A development company thought it would be a good idea to build yet another section of houses on this patch of barren land. But little did they know that's where I and many other of the neighborhood kids burned away the summer sun by catching grasshoppers to keep as pets in old mason jars with cloth on the top, running around in those woods for that everlasting game of tag that just never ended. Laying on the field of grass to watch the vast Alberta sky evolve from the flats early into the refraction of the array of purple and orange off the crowds that bordered the sunset. Although this patch of green was some kid's playground, the developers could only see its value in the amount of square feet they could squeeze out of it, in doing so squeezing out the life. After returning from my family from a vacation in Kelowna, the grass and the trees had all been replaced by dirt patches sketched out by bulldozers and moved into piles of death. I was so devastated, hurt, and angry. I cried for my perfect sun patch. All the grass, all the grasshoppers, the trees, they're all destroyed. My world massacre of this scale was comparable to a Holocaust. I believed in magic at the time. Now that I lived in those woods, seeing what those cruel bulldozers did to those trees broke my little heart. Was this murder? As I grew older, I began to realize that I was just part of the way of the world, turning a patch of land into a good home for a family or two without acknowledging the thousands of little lives sacrificed or displaced. It was a mind-numbing standard practice. Bug and grass, tree and bird, treated as objects that have no life to lose. What for? So that someone can own a little bit more stuff without needing it, according to the point where my kids will never experience that sunset on that patch of grass, or catch grasshoppers, or even clean those woods. The potential for these types of moments was murdered. And is taking what you want how it is to be non-native? Sitting beside Bear Creek today, I can't help but think that the development of the infamous city is synonymous with the development of the fungus that spreads over the backs of the salmon that will eventually blind and kill them. Eventually, every culture, and maybe in every culture, the old ways need to go blind and die to allow their young to thrive, just like the salmon. What's it worth to preserve the experience of the Great Adams River salmon run? Or the empty lot of some kid's childhood? I don't know. But I know it's time to let Sam go.
So let's do the video quick before we gotta move.